Okay, good morning guys. We're just about to get to the beach at Baradela cruise. It's one of the best waves in the world. Should be really fun today, hopefully like head and a half sort of size.
Well, it's still bumping, I think.
Yeah. Hang on. So yeah, I hope that gave you a bit of a look into Barra, and wow, what a fun wave this place is. Just the way it like curls and bends over that like inside section, it's just the most like luscious wave ever. Yeah, at the top it's kind of like hollow, heavy, like a behind the rock snapper style sort of thing. Then it like fans off a little bit, and then the sand changes a bit, so it's always like a little bit different. But so yeah, that was really fun. I tried to do some good surfing out there for you. Don't know if I really did, but nevertheless I really enjoyed that surf. Just the wave kind of like bends back on itself, so it like forces you to surf in the pocket, if that makes sense. But yeah, because it is so good, it is really crowded here. Like if you don't like crowds and you're not into that sort of like intense battle for getting waves, then it's probably like not a wave for you. Almost takes like a certain mindset to be able to like actually compete and get good ones out there, in the same way that it is like at snapper or trestles, you know. If you surf those kind of waves regularly, you'll be alright. But yeah, oh my god, how's that one? Didn't really bow. Tide's getting a little bit higher now, so it's probably going to be a little bit fatter and the wind's coming up, but still like just so glassy and perfect. It's ridiculous. So yeah, the crowd's really fierce, and something else that's really gnarly out here is the rip. Like the rip is just ferocious, like just tearing down the point. Even at this size, even when it's like head high, it's just ripping down the point, like dragging you. You never really sit up on your board out here because you're always just paddling out. So you basically just got to do runarounds the whole time, and hopefully when you jump in at the top you get like a random period where there's like less people and no one in position for a set, and it just kind of like rotates like that. When there's like 20 people on the behind the rock part all just like paddling their heart out to get to the inside, is really, really intense. So I'm staying at a place called Las Perfectas. They've actually got 2 properties here in Baradela Cruz. And it's a pretty sick room actually. Got 2 beds, one for my board bag, one for me. AC, which is essential because it's like 35 degrees here every day. They've got Starlink Wi-Fi, so the Wi-Fi is fast and always works, which is really, really sick. Last time when I came here, I stayed somewhere else and there was basically, the Wi-Fi was just shocking the whole time. Granted, there was a pretty major hurricane during that time as well. I had the craziest weather, like torrential rain for like 3 or 4 days, like a lot of like surrounding towns flooded, and some even got like completely washed away. There was like landslides over like the MEX 200 highway. It was pretty crazy. I think even like a few people died and like lost homes and stuff, so it was pretty gnarly. And then after the storm, like the waves were absolutely firing at Barra, like basically the best, like as good as it gets. But the beach was just covered in all of the debris from the storm. Like the river had like ran out into the middle of the beach. Chocolate brown water, just like huge logs floating through the lineup, and just the beach was just covered in all like trees basically. It was mental. If you want to read more about that story, it's in my book, The Latin American Surf Tales. So it's got that story in there as well as loads of others. I know some of you have read it already, but if you haven't, I'll leave the link down in the description where you can check it out. So then, yeah, Barra town, there's not really much going on here, to be honest. Like, it's just a series of like dusty streets. Like you just come here to surf and chill, that's kind of it. If you want somewhere a bit more happening, you can stay in Huatulco. And Huatulco is like a bit of a better town, and there's way more options of like where to stay. There's like nicer hotels and nice restaurants and bars and a bit of nightlife and stuff as well. So you can tap into all that over there and then like drive to Barra. It's kind of like 30-40 minutes away. I think quite a lot of people do that. Getting around, like you just walk around these streets. I mean, ideally you would have like a motorbike or a car so you can get to the beach quicker. It is like a 20-25 minute walk from sort of the main town of Barra to the beach. So yeah, and then in town there's just kind of like 3 or 4 restaurants which you can rotate in between. And yeah, other than that, yeah, there's not really much going on. In terms of cost, like food, you get like burritos, tacos. Like, I love the food in Mexico. It's pretty epic. And you can eat between $5 and $10 per meal, I'd say. Also, there's no ATMs in Barra, which again is really, really annoying. The closest ATMs are in Huatulco. Luckily, if you stay here at Las Perfectas, you can take money out via Uriel, the owner. He can take card payments and give you pesos in return, which is really, really handy because nowhere accepts card and you need cash for basically everything. Yeah, to get onto the beach at Barra, it's $5 entry, which obviously isn't expensive, but it's quite annoying because you have to have cash, and if you do that every day, it does add up. So that's an additional cost that you have to consider. Again, the crowd, I know we already touched on it when we were down on the beach before, but just it is intense. There's like kind of 30 to 40, 50 people when it's good out there, which is pretty mental. And just with the intensity of like the sweep and the crowd and like everyone battling for waves, it is gnarly. Like, it is really, really crowded. So yeah, if you're not really into that, like, it's like you'll just be scrapping around on the inside, and the waves you get probably aren't going to be worth it. And it might be worth paying to go south to like Salina Cruz and stay at the camps where it's all like privatized down there, so it's like it's not public access like this. But yeah, really, really fun wave. Just obviously really, really crowded, so if you want to tap into it, just bring your hustle and you'll probably get a couple. And also I want to touch on like there's like a little bit of localism here, but not in the like fuck you don't come sort of way. It's more like, you know, if you fuck up in the hierarchy and like drop in on somebody or snake a local or something, then they'll definitely let you know that you fucked up. Like, local pack like sits at the top and they get all the waves and dominate, which is completely fair enough. That's how it should be. So it's only if you start like fucking around with that they'll let you know. But otherwise, people here are super, super friendly and welcoming. So hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe if you have. For now, it's goodbye from me, and I'll see you in the next day.